Welcome to Thor, the Herald of Thunder. Today, we're diving into the first chapter of this thrilling saga. Thor takes the throne of Asgard, but his reign is far from peaceful. A terrifying new threat, the Black Winter, threatens on the horizon. This story takes a wild turn as Thor's past battles and his new role as king collide. Stay tuned, because things are about to get intense. Now, let's dive in. Thor is now the King of Asgard, but the crown feels heavier than he expected. As the new All-Father, he wanted peace across the 10 realms, so he sent Mjolnir to spread the word. The hammer flew through space like a blazing comet, finally landing in the middle of Manhattan at the Avengers' feet. They were in the middle of fighting a giant monster, but Mjolnir finished it off in one hit. Iron Man, never missing a chance to joke, teased about needing a Sharpie to leave his mark on the hammer. Back in Asgard, Thor stood by the Bifrost, waiting for his hammer to return. His ravens, Hugin and Munin, perched on his shoulders. He asked Sif, now the guardian of the Bifrost, if she'd seen his move. She reminded him that she saw everything, and told him to focus on his duties as king. When Mjolnir landed in his hand, Thor noticed Iron Man had left a message, poking fun at him for enjoying his retirement. Thor sighed. He'd wanted the throne for so long, but now that he had it, he missed the thrill of battle. Inside the grand halls of Asgard, Thor sat on his throne, carved from the wood of Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Volstagg approached, asking about the preparations for Thor's upcoming speech, and how much ale they needed. With a tired look, Thor waved him off, and Volstagg whispered to everyone to prepare extra ale. Loki stepped out from the shadows, smirking as he teased Thor about sitting on their father's throne. Thor, annoyed, snapped back at Loki that he only ever sat on his own. The banter continued until Thor commanded Loki to bow. Loki did, but something in his eyes changed when he noticed Thor struggling with Mjolnir. Loki asked if the hammer was getting heavier. Instead of answering, Thor threw the hammer at Loki, stopping it just before hitting him. Loki, shaken, demanded to know how Thor did that, but Thor just reminded him that he was All-Father now and told him not to return unless invited. As Thor prepared to address the people of Asgard, an unnatural chill swept through the air. Snowflakes began to fall, and then Galactus crashed into Asgard like a dying star. His massive body was battered and covered in black frost, his armor broken with a faint glow. Thor's instincts took over. He struck Galactus with a powerful bolt of lightning. But before he could attack again, Galactus stopped him with a weak hand. Galactus didn't come to fight. He came for help. With his last breath before losing consciousness, he warned Thor that the Black Winter was coming. Later, Asgard still hadn't fully recovered from Galactus's crash, but worse was on the way. A dark sickness spread through Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life. Thor had a meeting with the Heralds of Galactus to figure out what the Black Winter was. The Silver Surfer, now covered in black stains from his fight with an ancient darkness, explained that the Black Winter wasn't just destruction, it was what had ended Galactus's old universe. Now, it was back. Thor asked how they could stop it. The Surfer said they couldn't, not directly. The Black Winter consumed whole realities, just like Galactus consumed planets. But there was one hope. Galactus had survived it before and could do it again, but only if he absorbed power from 5 special planets. The Surfer had hidden their locations, but now time was running out. Thor decided he wouldn't wait around. He was going with Galactus. As he prepared for battle, he heard Sif and Loki in his head, telling him his days of fighting were over. But Thor ignored them. A king leads from the front. In Asgard's courtyard, Thor stood before Galactus and ordered him to kneel. The Silver Surfer felt Galactus's mind twist, questioning the plan, but Galactus obeyed. He knew the Silver Surfer had kept the planet's locations from him, but now the stakes were different. Then came the biggest shock. Galactus revealed that the Black Winter wasn't just a cosmic storm. It took the shape of whatever its victims feared most. The first time he saw it, it was an endless void. But the second time, when he looked through the eyes of a god, he saw the one who would destroy him. That being was Thor. Galactus didn't wait. He struck Thor with a blast of power cosmic, sending him crashing down in a flash of light. The Silver Surfer and Volstagg watched, believing Galactus had betrayed them, but they were wrong. Galactus didn't come to Asgard for help. He came to make sure Thor, the foretold destroyer, stayed under his control. As the light faded, Thor emerged, changed. The power cosmic had burned away his beard, lengthened his hair, and restored his lost eye and arm. Thor was no longer just a god. He had become something more. The Herald of Thunder had risen, and with that, Thor's transformation is just the beginning of an epic showdown. But the Black Winter is far from over. What will Thor's new power mean for the future of Asgard and the realms? Don't miss the next chapter where things get even darker and the stakes higher. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.